I want to move on and get everybody's opinion on the Bitcoin ETF, because I'm wondering where this might fit in with Jamie or maybe even AIEQ. Todd, bring us up to date on the Bitcoin ETF. 2 weeks ago, as I recall, the SEC sort of set the clock ticking. They acknowledged Van Eck's Bitcoin ETF. That acknowledgement is really setting in motion a legal review. Essentially, they'll have 45 days from that date, it's about 2 weeks ago, in which they can accept, reject, or extend the timeline for consideration for the Van Eck Bitcoin ETF. What, in your opinion, do you think they're going to do in the next, say, 30 days or so?
So I think the greater likelihood is that they extend the time frame for this. I just think their information is flowing rather rapidly. We've got a number of firms that have either attempted, gone through the filing process or have previously filed but are waiting for more clarity. The SEC, is less likely, we think, to try to pick a winner as to who comes first. And I think we're more likely to see them, if they do approve an ETF, to approve multiple Bitcoin-related ETFs. We've got a number of firms that have entered. We think we're likely to see one in the coming year or two, but we don't have a firm time frame as to when the answer would be yes.
Yeah, I think you mentioned before, Todd, and I agree with you, that if they approve someone, they're going to approve all of them. They did this with semi-transparent ETFs. I believe you and I have talked about that before. They approved a whole bunch of them all at the same time. Hey, Jamie and Art, is there a place for Bitcoin in Buzz or AIEQ? What about you two guys are thought leaders? Well, give us your ideas.
Sure. Well, I can tell you from the algorithms we use to listen to, social content, essentially discussions around stocks. Naturally, there's an awful lot of discussion around Bitcoin and other crypto assets and tokens. For Buzz, no, you shouldn't expect to see any crypto into Buzz. Buzz is very clearly defined as large cap U.S. equity exposure by sentiment and would not hold Bitcoin or other crypto assets. But that's not to say that our models aren't listening and judging sentiment on those various tokens. And we'll see what happens in the future. Maybe not in Buzz, maybe in something else.
So Bob,
thoughts on Bitcoin?
Yeah, so for AIEQ, similar, we can't invest into Bitcoin, right? But we do think it's really important to get exposure to the ecosystem. And so AIEQ is doing that by investing in some smaller cap names. One is Silvergate Capital. It provides cash management services to digital currency businesses. And the other is Marathon Digital Holdings, which mines cryptocurrencies. These are newer positions. We entered into them last quarter, but they've been up over the last 12 months. 1,500% for Silvergate, over 9,000% for Marathon Holdings. So we do see a lot of positive signals around cryptocurrencies, and so we want investors to have exposure. Now that said, we're also seeing a lot of regulatory headwinds, not just here in the U.S. but also globally. So right now it's got a couple percentage points in the portfolio, and as those regulatory headwinds kind of subside, I would expect increases into the ecosystem.